You're welcome back, because I welcomed you back. October 11th is your date, and you'll dance for me, boy. You'll dance for the owner, and then we can talk. But your date is October 11th. Michael Perry, the return of Platinum. And we've got some hell of an announcement for an opponent for you. One of the baddest men to ever grace the Ultimate Fighting Championship comes to bare knuckle, and he's gonna throw down with you in front of me for my viewing pleasure, and then I'll decide if you're worthy.
October 11 is your date. You will dance for me. You will dance for the owner. Then we talk. The return of Platinum, one of the baddest men to ever grace the UFC, crosses into bare knuckle. He will throw down in front of me for my viewing pleasure, and then I decide if you are worthy. That is the promise. That is the challenge. That is the fire that lights this night. Before we swing, hit like and subscribe. If you love UFC, then comment UFC 100%. It helps a ton. It keeps this channel alive, and it lets me bring you more heat from the heart of combat. Now let's get into it. Everybody's favorite version of Conor McGregor just made his long-awaited return at the BKFC press conference. The room shook, the cameras rolled, and the energy hit a new level. The internet calls this the coked-up Conor era. Fans joked about white powder and wild hype. Whatever you call it, he brought intensity. He brought chaos. He even changed how the fighters acted on stage. You could feel it. Guys were ready to explode. This was one of the most entertaining pressers I have seen in a long time. Wall-to-wall noise, every seat buzzing, and we are going to break it all down. The performances, the call-outs, the open-weight money tournament, the shots at the UFC, the brawls of words, all of it. Let's start at the top. Conor came out like a showman. He took the mic and sold the room. He said bare knuckle is the alien of combat sport. He said this thing will rise above the night sky. He said they will rain down blows on the doubters. He declared no love for the big glove. He pushed Florida. He promised incredible matchups, shock signings, and the most lucrative tournament in combat sports. An open-weight path to crown the baddest man on the planet. That is how you grab a crowd. Was he over the top? Yes. Was he theatrical? Yes. And I love a promoter who actually looks proud to be a promoter. Say what you will about his habits. People can speculate all day, but he ran laps around Dana in terms of pure hype. Dana barely pretends to be excited about a UFC schedule anymore. A cold phone video from a tomato bald head, or a live wire who roars into a mic. Give me fireworks. Give me a show. Still, let's be real. Conor looked beet red. His face went crimson next to Mike Perry and David Feldman. You could see the blood pounding in his temples. It was intense. Fans joked he had to be on something. Others threw out PED talk. Those are opinions. Those are memes. I am reporting the noise around the room. The look was wild. He was also hyping a clash with a wrestling background on one side, a proven BKFC success, versus a UK champion on the other side, a champion versus champion belt, US versus UK. He called it humongous. More power to both men. That fight sells. That fight rips. That fight is what the crowd wants. But there were moments where you wish someone would get him a bottle of water. He could barely keep his eyes open at times. The grind on his voice got rough. It made me think of the last photo of James Gandolfini, a legend gone too soon. Old stories mention struggles with substances in the past. I am not saying this is the same. I am saying it triggered a memory, and it added to the spectacle of the moment. There is a tell that fans point to with Conor. When he talks like a guy who spent a lifetime in a coal mine, that deep gravel, that dust in the throat. The internet swears it happens every time he shows up wired. They call it booger sugar. They swear it dries him out. He starts to sound like Batman. Again, that is fan chatter. That is online talk. The crowd was buzzing with it. Then came the call-out. Floyd, you want to talk. You want to chase a boxing match at 155. Fight me. My way. I am the ace of it. Come to bare knuckle. McGregor, Mayweather, 170. Take off the gloves and fight. In that same breath, he tossed in a bonus. He said they would double the purse for the two gentlemen in question. Then he pointed at Oscar Willis. He said the man has balls like a Bengali tiger. The room howled. Conor went back to the big pitch. Right now I'm going to announce the most lucrative tournament in all of combat sports, an open weight tournament. We crown the baddest man on the planet. He pushed it hard. Then he took a breath, and another. You could see him gas a little. I get it. Public speaking eats lungs too. But it flashed me back to Khabib. He looked wiped. And he was just talking. The heart was there, the air was not. Still, the idea slaps. An open-weight $25 million tournament under the BKFC banner. It's not truly open-weight. You aren't tossing John Dodson in with Ben Rothwell because that's insane. But it's ambitious, it's bold, it's different, and that matters right now. The winner gets $15 million. That is more money than 99.9% of UFC fighters will ever bank in a career. People called it a circus tournament, and maybe it is. But the UFC has felt dry lately, lacking life. So go ahead and pass me a ticket to the circus. I'll buy two. Then Conor went personal. For our combatants to be rewarded in that way is right. To join this rise, to be on the board with us as we climb. For me, I fought my heart and soul. I gave everything to the rise of a company. I got nothing for it. That didn't feel like a sneak diss. That was a direct shot at the UFC. He said the quiet part loud. He believes he did the heavy lifting. He believes he did not get the slice he deserved. Do I agree that he got nothing? No. He is the highest paid fighter in UFC history, by a mile. But it is also true that he dragged the sport into the mainstream. He made people who never watched a fight care overnight. He lit fires in markets that were cold. The UFC would not look the same without his run, and that is true. Those two ideas can live together. He got rich, he also built growth that many others enjoyed. He has said for years that he wants ownership in the UFC, equity, a stake. He repeated that message again. If the UFC wants him back to promote their events, if they want him to push the brand over fighter message, then he wants his rightful shares in the company. Those were his words. He put it on the table. My guess? Dana White, Hunter Campbell, and Ari Emanuel do not make that deal. That is not how they play. Still, look at his pay-per-view numbers. Look at how many fans he brought in. You can argue he was underpaid by a little if you compare Impact to Split. There is a case there. There were other tells on stage too. He clutched at his chest at times. He did odd little motions. Fans took that as a sign that he was geeked out. Again, I am not judging him. It would be hypocritical. I ride the slopes now and then too. I get the appeal. But there is something about how he turns into Tony Montana in real time that makes it impossible to look away. He is a showman. He is chaos with a smile. And at BKFC events, he is peak entertainment. The last 2 years prove it. I look forward to each time. Now, let's talk about the rest of that media day. Because the chaos didn't start and end with Conor. Mike Perry was pure mayhem. He was built for this world. He was not a great MMA fighter. In boxing, he got knocked out by Jake Paul. But in bare knuckle, he fits like a hammer in a fist. He is the right puzzle piece in the right box. He went at it with a rival on stage. It got personal fast. One side said, "Time works. You do nothing but sleep." The other said, "If I was easy work, you would have stepped up by now." Then the haymaker. "I knocked you out twice, stupid." From there it got ugly. There was an elevator story, a jab about a daughter, a volley of "shut up and do it then." You couldn't even beat Jake Paul. The crowd gasped. People stood up. Security tensed. Someone yelled, "Don't do that! Don't do that!" The building popped with applause. It was raw. It was violent. It was BKFC. Mandel and Perry stole the camera in that moment. Then Julian "Let Me Bang Bro" Lane got rage-baited by two more. It was comedy and threat mixed together. You could already do what you were going to do. You could already mess me up. You said no. You would not have time. I had a broken finger. I would have slapped you anyway. Then came the forehead bit. Your head is pregnant. 9 months. Deliver the baby. Huge. I will punch up and split it open. It was savage. Who did you knock out? I knocked my last opponent out. That was your first one. Congrats. Let's do a barbecue for that. 20 years and you got your first knockout. I will put you to bed. Check my resume. I fought the best, and you lost to the best. Never had an easy fight. Never had a full camp. Now I'm 5-0. Nobody beats me at my best. You are 8-17. That back and forth had real heat. It felt like two trucks revving engines inches from a crash. The women brought fire too. Two fighters chirped all night. One called the other and her team ratchets. The other shot back, chill out. Then more heat. Get out of here, little bleep. Here is the ratchet. You are the champion of ratchets. Back and forth. No breaks. Again, it was messy. It was loud. And it was hard to look away. This media day was cinema. That is the word. Cinema. The shots, the angles, the energy. You felt the room. You felt the hunger. You felt the madness. And yes, Conor's wild vibe felt like it soaked into the roster. Everyone was yelling. Everyone was flexing. Everyone was selling. I loved every minute of it. The UFC should take notes. Their pressers feel stale right now. Flat. Predictable. BKFC is beating them where attention lives.
In the moment, in the chaos, in the clips that go viral before the mic cools off. It is not about being polite. It is about being unforgettable. October 11 is set. Platinum Mike Perry is back. Conor says, "You will dance for me. You will dance for the owner. Then we can talk." And there is more. The promise of a monster opponent for Perry. One of the baddest men to ever set foot in the UFC, crossing into bare knuckle to throw down in front of the new boss for his viewing pleasure, for our viewing pleasure. And then the judge will decide if you are worthy. That is primal. That is theater. That is fight game myth-making done live. So tell me what you think. Did BKFC just win the week with this media day? Is the openweight $25 million tournament the kind of move that can change the sport? $15 million to the winner is hard to ignore. Is Conor, as lead promoter, enough to make BKFC a true player? Or should he stick to promoting and let the gloves hang on the wall for good? Drop your take below. And while you were there, hit like and subscribe. If you love UFC, then comment UFC 100%. As always, if you like the video, then like the video. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. I appreciate you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.